Hey Wargamers, last night we got Games Workshop's Studio Preview at Adepticon, and there is a ton to unpack, so that's what we're going to do today. Before we do that though, I want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe, that way you don't miss my upcoming unit reviews, battle reports, or other 40K content. Okay, so last night we got a look at what's coming for 40K. We also got some stuff for Age of Sigmar, Shadespire, that sort of thing, and I'm not going to talk about that as much just because we're primarily a 40K channel, but I will say that the new Dark Elves look amazing. If you're a fan of flying sea turtles, this is definitely a model range that you want to check out. This is one of the multiple armies that have come out of what used to be the Dark Elves. So it's really cool. Check it out. There's a link in the description below, of course, if you want to follow along with me. But so overall, big things that we learned for 40K. The first thing is that we know what the next three codices are going to be: Death Watch, Harlequins, and Imperial Knights. Now, as far as which order that's going to be in, it's a little hard to say. You know, with the last time that they did this, they made it sound like Tau were going to be towards the end of the next cycle, but they were sooner than I expected. So, you know, maybe Knights will come first, maybe they'll come last. It's not really hard. It's hard to say, but overall, of those three, Knights are certainly the one that are going to be the most relevant. You know, Death Watch has always kind of been a gimmicky thing. Harlequins, they might have something in there that makes them a little bit more competitive or relevant in the meta, but overall, I think Knights are really what the community as a whole is going to be keeping their eye on. And part of that is because they said that, yes, Knights are going to be coming in a newly fleshed out form. So it's not just Knights, or like, it's not one kit that you just use for multiple different army entries. They're going to be bringing more models to the Knight range. And that's pretty darn exciting. They gave us a look at one Knight that looks like a smaller Warlord Titan, has a lot of guns. So if you like giant robots made out of guns, this is for you. So yeah, even more guns than Tau or anything like that. It's a really cool model. I can't imagine this going for anything less than like $150 or something like that. It has to be, you know, it has to be like around $200, right, for this giant Knight that they're going to be coming out with. So we'll have at least three Knight models. We'll have this new one, the standard Knight box, and then the Armiger Knight that is currently only available in the Forgebane set. The next bit of news that we got is that Games Workshop is going to be producing an Army Builder app or program for 40K. They already have it for Age of Sigmar. They're doing it for 40K now, partnering with the guy that did the Roll Call app, which uses power level strictly. So it's only for power level composition, which I gotta say is a little bit disappointing. You know, that one of the big things that people want is a army builder for points, and yeah, power level is fine, but that's so much easier to make a program to do. At the point level, it's a much more complicated process, and that's really why people want an army building program like Battlescribe. So, you know, that they came out with this roster creator for power level is a little bit lackluster, a little disappointing. The good news is that they say that they are going to be doing a points version eventually, but you know, eventually, who knows when that will be. I really wish they would have just focused on the points level, because that's really where the need is, not on the power level side of things, just because, you know, they give you one number, you load it up. Like, all you have to do is write things down on a piece of paper. It's not that hard. Granted, you have to do the exact same thing for points. It's not that hard, but it is a little bit more involved than just writing down power level. And so having an official GW app that does that, that's updated, that's accurate, those are two really important components of this, would be nice and would benefit the community. So I'm glad that they're doing it. I just wish that they would have led with that instead of putting out the power level version first and then kicking the can down the road for the points version. The next thing we learned has me pretty much as excited as I could be. I think this is something that is fundamentally going to break the 40K community with excitement. You know, bring the clocks off the wall. They don't need to be reset anymore. this is something that is fundamentally groundbreaking. It will change your life. And that is that we are getting event-exclusive Space Marines and potentially new orcs. It looks like there's a new orc model. So yeah, I think that's, oh my God, guys, how excited are you? No, I'm just kidding. The really exciting news is that we are finally getting plastic Sisters of Battle. I don't play Sisters, but I am still super excited about this. I always thought that the Sisters line was just some of the best looking, or at least best conceptualized models in the range. And so I really am looking forward to see what they look like updated using the new Games Workshop model technology. It's going to look great. It's going to be fantastic. And for the people that have been waiting for models to actually play with, this is something that is way overdue. So very exciting, very cool news that we are finally getting plastic Sisters of Battle. And they say that it's probably going to be sometime in 19, or at least that's what they're aiming for. And the reason why I say aiming for is because unlike with any previous release, they are going to be updating us on the progress throughout the entirety of the development cycle. So starting with concept art and modeling and prototyping, they're going to walk us through it as they develop the line. And this is something that is cool for lots of different reasons. Like, for one reason, Games Workshop would never do this in the past. This is, again, just pushing the envelope as far as how open and accessible and integrated with the community Games Workshop is becoming. And that is so commendable. I'm very happy that that's part of the GW mission now. It's also really exciting because it gives us a glimpse at how the production cycle works and actually how long it takes to go from step 1 to step 5 to step 10 or whatever. It walks us through the entire process, and it gives us a better understanding of what they go through on their side in terms of the development cycle. So I'm excited to kind of get a peek behind the curtain with regards to that. All right, so I think that's all the 40K stuff. Like I said, there is a event exclusive miniature that they're working on, Space Marine. They gave us a preview of upcoming White Dwarf, and in that preview it looks like, if you look in the background, it looks like there's like a new Knight size or Riptide sized orc model that it's coming down the pipeline at some point. We don't know when Orc Codex is going to come out, so it could be accompanied by a product wave, which, based on this, seems not unlikely. So that will be exciting to see how that all pans out. But we know at least orcs are not going to be within the next 3 codices. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of all this news in the comments below, and of course, happy wargaming. Hey everyone, this video was made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you like this video, consider heading on over to Patreon and joining our community there. Special thanks to NoExcusesPanda, Jordan, Paul Leuders, Giovanni DiMaggio, TauOswell, Deverson, Jared Egeler, Nick Steele, Max Harrison, and Youhei Penguin.